The demon. It came back.
Notice a pattern. Killings across Europe.
One by one. Priests, nuns, they were found dead. I know why it's here. I saw what it wants. What we're going after. It's unlike anything you've ever seen.
I love the Conjuring universe and the Nun, the themes of good versus evil, and the fact that like you're on the edge of your seat.
Irene is sent off on this mission, and Deborah runs away to join her on this hunt for the demon.
Her mom passed away.
My mama died in the fire. She was my church.
So her dad sent her to join the nunnery. Deborah has to step outside of herself and kind of put her fear on the back burner.
I just hope you can find your faith when the time comes.
Hi. I think there's someone upstairs.
It's exhilarating, and you don't know what's coming next.
What is that thing? It's the devil. I think there's something here that's not meant to be.
It's the 10th anniversary of The Conjuring.
Wanna play hide and clap?
It is amazing. We've created this universe that has such a huge fan base. The Demon Nun really captured the zeitgeist.
The first film was set in Romania in 1952. And 4 years later, it's 1956, we find Sister Irene. She's hiding out in this Italian convent.
Irene thought that she left Valak in her past. Out of nowhere, she gets a call from the cardinal.
Sister Irene, you performed a miracle. The church needs another.
The demon has used her old friend's body to escape Romania.
Valak uses Maurice to try and find an old relic.
In the hands of a demon, it would be unthinkable.
Valak is moving across Europe, killing these people.
These victims must be protecting a secret.
It really starts to connect characters from the Conjuring universe and bring them together.
It's also filled with demonic forms that we haven't seen before.
It's okay to be scared.
It would be great to eventually bring it back full circle, bring the Nun story and tie it back into The Conjuring.
It's 5 years since the last film, and if you saw the last film, they thought they defeated Valak, but we realized that in fact Valak escaped. That's one of the last little teases that we gave away in the last film. In this film, it is 5 years since that moment, and Irene is living the quiet life. She is living in this convent in Italy and very happy to be living a very anonymous life. No one knows about her adventures, but even though she doesn't want to kind of tell her story, the legend of the previous film has basically spread through the convents. And you got to imagine it's like this kind of legendary nun who has killed a demon. So she's trying to escape that. She's living this kind of this quiet, like Rambo life of hiding. And meanwhile, Maurice, who, if you've seen the previous film, spoiler alert, he's got Valak inside of him. Valak has escaped within Maurice. And Maurice is now living and working in this boarding school in the south of France, in Aix-en-Provence. And he's looks like, you know, if you didn't know he was possessed, it looks like a otherwise happy life for him. He's settling down, and you could see like a friendship with one of the young girls, a flirtation with one of the teachers who works there. And but I think anyone who knows or saw the previous film knows that something terrible is coming. I think that the nun is such an iconic villain. I think that was one of the things that when I first started talking to New Line about it, I love The Nun. I love what James created with Bonnie, and Bonnie's such an amazing actress, and she really gets this character, and she really she's so scary. In terms of her powers and her how we built a lot of the scares, I felt like from the very beginning, from Conjuring 2, there was a very unique visual quality to how she would manifest. She's even kind of different than Bathsheba. If you look at, the difference between Conjuring 1 to Conjuring 2, she kind of brings a different kind of filmic language with her that is very cinematic and very cool. And it's funny because I thought it was actually a really great pairing with France, because in France, like, art is like so celebrated, and people will actually basically make faces out of street art. Like if you see like a manhole cover and there's like 2 holes, they'll like draw like a smiley face or draw like a face. And there's something about like the seeing faces in the environment and seeing just figures in the environment that I thought was like, it's so unique to France. And then I was like, there's something kind of very interesting about, like, you think of the nun painting in Conjuring 2, and so much of that, the artistry in how she manifests and her language. And I just thought this was such a unique pairing. And so that's one of the ideas that we started exploring is how can she just manifest herself in the environment. And, there's Irene is tracking Valak down. She's moving across Europe, trying to find her. And even within the school, there's all of these, and I won't give anything away, but there's these different manifestations where she kind of takes form. No comment. I don't know. You have to see the movie. I think that there is, because I wouldn't want to give anything away if there was anything in there that teased anything. I would love that as a fan, and I would just encourage fans to discover it if it existed in there. But I think that there is, the movie is filled with, this is 10 years that the Conjuring universe has been around, and there's a lot of threads that lead to this moment and to this movie, and I'm really I'm excited for people to discover it. I wouldn't want to ruin it, but I think there's a lot of fun stuff in there.
I love horror movies, and it's been the greatest thrill working in the Conjuring universe with James Wan and Peter Safran. This year is really special because it marks the 10th anniversary of the very first Conjuring film, the one that started it all. Now, of all those films, Valak the Demon Nun is my favorite villain. She's scary, she's ruthless, so get ready for The Nun 2, which opens in cinemas beginning the 6th of September.